Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about power not in your fists or in your voice, but in your silence. The kind of power that doesn't shout or beg, but simply is. No contact isn't just a tactic, it's a declaration of your value. A silent reminder that you don't chase, you attract. And today I'm going to give you 5 undeniable signs that your silence is speaking volumes. When you stop making yourself available, you create a void. And let me tell you something about human nature. We don't notice the air we breathe until it's gone. Suddenly the messages come through. The questions start to flow. Are you okay? What's going on? They feel the shift. And now they're wondering why the silence feels so loud. The most powerful thing you can do is stand tall in your own solitude. When you stop reaching out, you find strength you didn't know you had. You begin to shine, and people notice that glow. That's the magic of self-respect. It's like a magnet pulling the right things toward you while repelling what no longer serves you. Here's the truth: your absence forces them to confront themselves. Maybe they start posting more. Maybe they suddenly act like they're doing better than ever. But deep down, they're trying to convince themselves they're not affected. Don't be fooled by the show. Your silence is making waves. No contact isn't just about them, it's about you. When you step away, you stop feeding the cycle of hurt and confusion. The pain starts to lose its grip on you. And in its place, peace. That's when you know you're winning, when your heart beats steady and your mind is clear. And then, one day it happens. The power shifts. They start chasing what they once took for granted. They realize what you knew all along: your presence was a privilege. And now, they're the ones wondering if they still have a chance. Silence isn't weakness, it's strength in its purest form. When you go no contact, you're telling the world, I am worth more than this. And the world, whether it's a person, an opportunity, or a blessing, responds accordingly. True transformation often begins in the most unlikely of places: silence. In a world consumed by constant chatter, distractions, and the incessant hum of notifications, silence can seem like an unfamiliar, even uncomfortable void. Yet, it is within that stillness that profound change takes root. Silence doesn't beg for attention, it doesn't demand acknowledgement. It simply exists, holding within it the power to shift perspectives, heal wounds, and reveal truths that were previously obscured by the noise. When the noise stops, the message begins. Imagine a still lake, untouched by ripples, reflecting the world around it with perfect clarity. This is what silence offers us: a chance to see things as they truly are, not as they appear in the chaos of daily life. It is within this reflective space that transformation occurs. When we are no longer consumed by the distractions of the external world, we are forced to turn inward, to face the thoughts and feelings we often bury beneath the surface. In silence, there is no escaping ourselves. We confront our fears, our doubts, and our desires, and through that confrontation, we begin to grow. Silence also teaches us patience. In the stillness, there is no rush, no urgency to fill the void with words or actions. This pause allows us to observe rather than react, to understand rather than judge. When we stop trying to force answers, they often come to us unbidden, like a whisper carried on the wind. True transformation doesn't happen in an instant, it unfolds gradually, like the blooming of a flower. Silence provides the fertile ground for this process, giving us the space we need to listen, not just to others, but to ourselves. Silence can feel intimidating. It strips away the distractions that shield us from our own thoughts and emotions. It is in the quiet moments that we hear the doubts we've been avoiding, the dreams we've neglected, and the truths we've been afraid to face. But this confrontation is not something to fear, it is something to embrace. For it is only when we face these truths that we can begin to transform them. Silence also has a way of amplifying the important things. When the noise ceases, we begin to notice the subtleties: the way our breath flows in and out, the rhythm of our heartbeat, the quiet hum of life all around us. This heightened awareness brings with it a sense of connection, a reminder that we are part of something larger than ourselves. It is in these moments of quiet reflection that we often find clarity, purpose, and direction. Silence can be equally transformative. Words are powerful, but they are not always necessary. Sometimes the greatest understanding comes not from what is said, but from what is left unsaid. In silence, we learn to truly listen, not just to the words of others, but to the emotions behind them. We discover the depth of connection that exists beyond language, a connection that is felt rather than spoken. In silence, we also reclaim our power. It is easy to lose ourselves in the noise of others' opinions, expectations, and judgments. But when we step back into the quiet, we rediscover our own voice. We remember that we are not defined by the chatter around us, but by the truth within us. Silence allows us to break free from the external pressures that often dictate our lives, giving us the freedom to live authentically and intentionally. Silence is not an absence, it is a presence, a powerful, transformative presence that invites us to slow down, to reflect, and to grow. It is a space where healing begins, where clarity emerges, and where the noise of the world fades away, leaving only what truly matters. So the next time you find yourself surrounded by noise, take a moment to step into the silence. Let it guide you, transform you, and remind you of the strength that lies within. For it is in the quiet moments, when the noise stops, that the most profound messages begin to speak. Time and space have an extraordinary ability to reshape our understanding of the world. When we step away from a situation, a relationship, or even our own thoughts, we create the opportunity to see things with a clarity that isn't accessible in the heat of the moment. Distance is not merely a separation, it is a powerful tool for reflection and growth. It allows us to strip away the emotions, assumptions, and biases that cloud our judgment, revealing the truth that often lies hidden beneath the surface. When we are too close to something, our perspective becomes limited. Think of it as standing inches away from a painting. At that proximity, the details blur, and we lose sight of the bigger picture. Every brushstroke seems chaotic, and it's impossible to appreciate the masterpiece as a whole. But when we take a few steps back, the colors blend harmoniously, the shapes come to life, and the purpose behind every stroke becomes clear. This is what distance offers us in life, the ability to step back and see the whole story, not just the fragmented pieces. Time works hand in hand with distance. In the moment, emotions often run high. Anger, sadness, or even excitement can cloud our ability to think rationally. But as time passes, those emotions begin to settle. What once felt overwhelming starts to fade, and we gain a more balanced perspective. It's like muddy water in a glass. If you keep stirring it, it remains murky. But if you let it sit, the sediment settles to the bottom, and the water becomes clear. Time allows our thoughts and feelings to settle, giving us the clarity we need to understand situations more fully. Distance also provides the space for self-reflection. When we remove ourselves from a situation, we are no longer consumed by the dynamics of the moment. Instead, we have the opportunity to examine our own role, our choices, and our reactions. This introspection is invaluable. It's in these moments of solitude that we often uncover truths about ourselves, truths that are difficult to see when we are entangled in the complexities of everyday life. We may realize that we were holding on to something out of fear, or that we were reacting from a place of insecurity rather than understanding. One of the greatest gifts of distance is its ability to reveal what truly matters. In the moment, it's easy to get caught up in trivialities or to assign importance to things that don't deserve it. But when we step away, we can more easily discern between what is essential and what is not. Distance has a way of highlighting what adds value to our lives and what drains it. It shows us where to invest our energy and where to let go. In particular, benefit from this perspective. Sometimes we hold on to people or situations out of habit, obligation, or fear of change, but when we create space, we can evaluate those relationships more objectively. We can ask ourselves whether they are truly serving us, whether they align with our values and goals, and whether they bring out the best in us. Distance often brings clarity, and with that clarity comes the courage to make choices that align with our highest good. Distance is not just about stepping away from others, it's also about stepping closer to ourselves. In the quiet moments that distance provides, we reconnect with who we are. We rediscover our values, our passions, and our dreams. We begin to see ourselves not as we think others perceive us, but as we truly are. This self-awareness is the foundation of personal growth and empowerment. Distance and time are not just about letting go, they are about gaining perspective. They are about creating a space where the noise fades and the truth becomes audible. When we allow ourselves this space, we can see things as they truly are, not as they appeared in the chaos of the moment. And in that clarity, we find the wisdom and strength to move forward with purpose and intention. Growth often requires a step away from the familiar, a deliberate separation from the constant noise of interaction and routine. It is in this space, away from the distractions and demands of everyday connections, that clarity emerges. The absence of constant engagement isn't a void to fear, it's a fertile ground where transformation begins to take root. When we are surrounded by constant interaction, whether with people, situations, or even our own thoughts, it can feel as though we are caught in a whirlwind. There's little time to pause, reflect, or assess. The continual exchanges of energy and emotions can blur our judgment, leaving us reactive rather than intentional. But when separation occurs, whether by choice or circumstance, it creates the stillness needed for perspective to take shape. In this stillness, the mind quiets and the heart begins to speak truths that were previously drowned out by the noise. Separation offers us the gift of introspection. When we are removed from the constant pull of relationships or responsibilities, we can finally turn inward. This isn't about isolation or loneliness, it's about connection with oneself. In the space of separation, we begin to recognize patterns in our behavior and thoughts. We see clearly the habits that serve us and the ones that hinder our progress. This self-awareness becomes the foundation for meaningful growth. True growth is rarely visible in the moment. It unfolds gradually, like a seed buried in the soil. At first, it seems as though nothing is happening. But beneath the surface, in the darkness and solitude, the seed is transforming. It is breaking open, stretching its roots, and preparing to reach for the light. Similarly, in the absence of constant interaction, we too undergo a transformation that isn't always immediately apparent. The silence and separation allow us to gather strength, focus, and clarity, setting the stage for profound change. Separation also challenges us to confront the aspects of ourselves that we might otherwise avoid. When we are constantly surrounded by others, it's easy to project our struggles outward, blaming circumstances or relationships for our frustrations. But in the space of separation, there's no one else to distract us from ourselves. This can be uncomfortable, but it is also incredibly powerful. It forces us to face our fears, insecurities, and doubts. And in doing so, we learn to overcome them. We discover resilience we didn't know we had and a deeper understanding of who we are. One of the most profound realizations that comes from separation is the recognition of what truly matters. Without the constant input of others' opinions or the pressures of external expectations, we can evaluate our priorities with greater clarity. We begin to see which relationships, goals, and values align with our authentic selves and which ones we've been holding on to out of habit or obligation. This clarity is a compass, guiding us toward a life that is more intentional and fulfilling. In relationships, separation often provides the perspective needed to appreciate the connection fully. When we step away, we gain a better understanding of the dynamics at play. We see the strengths and weaknesses of the bond, and we have the opportunity to decide whether it nurtures our growth or holds us back. Sometimes separation leads to reconciliation and renewal, and other times it reveals the need to move on. Either way, it is an essential part of the process. Growth thrives in separation because it allows us to return to ourselves. It reminds us that we are whole, even when we are alone. It teaches us that our worth is not dependent on constant interaction or external validation. In the absence of others, we learn to nurture our own needs, pursue our own dreams, and build our own strength. Separation is not the end of the story, it's the beginning of a new chapter. It's the space where clarity is born, where intentions are sharpened, and where growth becomes undeniable. In this space, we are not running away from life, we are preparing ourselves to engage with it more fully, more authentically, and with greater purpose. It is here, in the quiet and solitude, that we become the person we are meant to be. Actions often speak louder than words. And when your absence begins to leave its mark, the actions of others can reveal a profound truth: they miss you. It's in this space of separation, where your presence is no longer taken for granted, that regret often starts to take root. People begin to reflect on what they had, what they lost, and most importantly, the role you played in their lives. This shift is not immediate, but when it comes, it is unmistakable. In the day-to-day routine of life, it's easy for people to overlook what they have. Familiarity can dull appreciation, and the comfort of knowing someone will always be there can lead to complacency. But absence creates a void, and in that void, clarity emerges. The things once taken for granted become glaringly obvious in their absence. Your kindness, support, and presence, which were once background noise in the chaos of life, suddenly become front and center in their thoughts. Regret is not just a feeling, it's a catalyst for change. When someone begins to feel the weight of your absence, their behavior often shifts in ways that reveal their inner turmoil. They might start reaching out more frequently, trying to bridge the gap that has grown between you. These attempts to reconnect are often subtle at first: a casual message, an unexpected call, or an effort to be present in spaces where they know you might be. These actions, though seemingly small, are laden with meaning. They reflect an acknowledgement of your value and a desire to restore what was lost. Sometimes regret manifests in more profound ways. People might begin to change their behavior, striving to show that they've learned from past mistakes. They may take steps to address the issues that led to the separation, whether it's working on their communication skills, showing more gratitude, or making an effort to prioritize the relationship. These actions are often driven by an understanding that your absence has taught them something invaluable: your worth cannot be replaced, and losing you was not something they want to risk again. It's important to recognize that these actions are not always immediate. Regret often takes time to surface. Initially, people might deny the impact of your absence, convincing themselves that life goes on as usual. But over time, the reality sets in. They begin to notice the quiet spaces where your laughter once filled the room, the unanswered questions that only you could answer, and the comfort that only your presence could provide. This growing awareness can be a humbling experience, one that forces them to confront their own shortcomings and the ways they may have failed to appreciate you. Your absence also holds a mirror to their lives, forcing them to examine their priorities and values. They may start to question why they allowed the relationship to falter and whether they were truly present and engaged when they had the chance. These reflections can be painful, but they are also necessary for growth. Regret, in this context, becomes a teacher, guiding them toward greater self-awareness and a deeper understanding of what truly matters. While it's natural to feel a sense of validation when someone's actions begin to reflect regret, it's important to approach these moments with clarity and discernment. Regret alone is not enough to rebuild a relationship or heal old wounds. Actions must be consistent, sincere, and aligned with genuine growth. It's not about accepting someone back into your life simply because they realize they've made a mistake. It's about evaluating whether their actions demonstrate a commitment to change and a renewed respect for what you bring to their life. Your worth is not determined by someone else's realization of it. The absence that highlights your value to others is a testament to the unique and irreplaceable qualities you bring to the table. Whether their regret leads to reconciliation or simply serves as a lesson for them, it is ultimately a reflection of your impact. Your presence left a mark, and your absence underscores its significance. When someone's actions begin to reflect regret, it serves as a reminder of the power of your presence and the strength of your absence. It's a testament to your value, a validation of the unique role you played, and a sign that your worth is undeniable even when you're not there to remind them. Whether you choose to let them back into your life or continue on your path, their regret becomes a moment of clarity for both them and you. It's in these moments that the true weight of your absence and the depth of your worth is fully realized. Inner peace is a force unlike any other. It doesn't shout or demand attention, yet it commands respect and admiration. When you cultivate a sense of calm and self-assurance within yourself, it changes everything, not just how you see the world, but how the world responds to you. Strength, rooted in peace, becomes a magnetic energy that draws people and opportunities to your door without effort or pursuit. This magnetism starts with the quiet confidence that comes from knowing who you are and being at ease with yourself. It is not about arrogance or superiority, it is about a deep connection to your inner truth. When you are at peace with yourself, you stop seeking external validation. You no longer feel the need to prove your worth to others or chase after recognition. Instead, you radiate a quiet strength that others can sense, even from a distance. Inner peace creates a natural allure because it is so rare in a world full of chaos and noise. Many people are consumed by their own insecurities, fears, and desires. They are constantly chasing something, whether it's approval, success, or love, and this restless energy can be exhausting to those around them. But when someone encounters a person who is grounded, composed, and secure in themselves, it is like finding an oasis in a desert. People are drawn to that serenity because it offers them a glimpse of what they too crave, a sense of wholeness and calm. This magnetism doesn't just attract people, it also opens doors to opportunities. When you are at peace with yourself, you make decisions from a place of clarity rather than desperation. You are not swayed by fear or the need to please others. Instead, you trust your intuition and follow the path that feels right for you. This alignment with your inner truth creates a ripple effect. The right opportunities seem to find you because your energy resonates with what you truly desire. You no longer have to chase success, it begins to flow to you naturally. Your interactions with others also change when you are centered in peace. People can sense when someone is genuinely present and not caught up in their own anxieties or agendas. This presence makes you a safe and comforting person to be around. Others feel heard and valued in your company because you are not projecting your own fears or insecurities onto them. This creates deeper and more meaningful connections, further enhancing your influence and the respect you garner. Inner peace is also a form of quiet rebellion against the pressures of the world. Society often equates success with constant hustle, loud ambition, and relentless pursuit. But true strength lies in the ability to step back, breathe, and trust the process. When you embody this strength, you become a living example of an alternative way of being, one that prioritizes balance, authenticity, and fulfillment over superficial achievement. This authenticity is magnetic because it is real, and people are naturally drawn to what is genuine. The journey to inner peace is not always easy. It requires self-reflection, patience, and a willingness to let go of what no longer serves you. It involves facing your fears, forgiving yourself for past mistakes, and embracing your imperfections. But as you do this inner work, you begin to notice a shift. The things that once seemed so important, chasing approval, comparing yourself to others, or proving your worth, start to lose their grip on you. In their place comes a quiet assurance that you are enough, just as you are. This shift doesn't go unnoticed by the world around you. People begin to treat you differently, not because you demand it, but because your energy commands it. When you carry yourself with calm confidence, others naturally respond with respect and admiration. They are drawn to your strength, not because you seek their attention, but because you don't need it. This independence is incredibly attractive, and it inspires others to find that same sense of peace within themselves. Inner peace is not about withdrawing from the world, it is about engaging with it on your own terms. It gives you the freedom to say no to what doesn't align with your values and to embrace what truly fulfills you. It allows you to move through life with grace, even in the face of challenges. And as you do so, you become a beacon for others, a source of light and inspiration that they can't help but be drawn to. Inner peace is the foundation for a magnetic life. It empowers you to live authentically, connect deeply, and attract what is meant for you without effort or chase. It is not something you find outside yourself, it is something you cultivate within. And once you do, the world around you begins to reflect the strength and serenity that you carry in your heart. The urge to act impulsively is deeply ingrained in human nature. When something feels uncertain or unresolved, the instinct is to bridge the gap, to reach out, to seek answers, or to assert control. However, this reaction often stems from fear or insecurity rather than strength. Acting in haste rarely leads to the outcomes we desire. Instead, it often complicates matters, pushing what we want further away or creating unnecessary tension. Patience, on the other hand, offers a different path, one of restraint, clarity, and purpose. Patience is not passive, it is a form of active discipline. It requires strength to sit with discomfort, to resist the pull of immediate action, and to trust that everything will unfold in its time. This strength comes from an inner assurance that you don't need to force anything to happen. When you hold back from reaching out in moments of uncertainty, you send a powerful message not just to others but to yourself. You affirm that you are in control of your emotions and choices, that you are not governed by fleeting impulses, and that you value the bigger picture over immediate gratification. When you practice patience, you create space for perspective. Impulsive actions are often short-sighted, driven by temporary emotions that cloud your judgment. In contrast, patience allows you to step back, assess the situation with clarity, and respond from a place of wisdom. It gives you the time to understand what truly matters and what doesn't, and it helps you prioritize your long-term well-being over momentary relief. This shift in perspective often leads to better decisions, stronger relationships, and a deeper sense of fulfillment. Resisting the urge to reach out also shifts the dynamic in your relationships. When you act impulsively, you risk coming across as needy or dependent, which can create an imbalance. However, when you demonstrate patience and restraint, you show that you respect yourself and the boundaries of others. This self-respect is magnetic. It commands attention and earns respect in return. People are drawn to those who exude calm confidence, those who don't chase but instead allow things to come to them naturally. Patience also cultivates resilience. Each time you resist the urge to act impulsively, you strengthen your ability to endure discomfort and uncertainty. This resilience is a powerful asset in all areas of life, from personal relationships to professional endeavors. It equips you to handle challenges with grace, to navigate setbacks without losing your composure, and to remain focused on your goals even in the face of adversity. Over time, this resilience becomes a cornerstone of your strength, setting you apart as someone who can weather any storm with dignity and resolve. The power of patience lies not only in what it prevents but also in what it creates. By resisting impulsive actions, you create room for growth, understanding, and deeper connection. You allow others to come to their own realizations, to take responsibility for their actions, and to meet you halfway. You give situations the time they need to evolve naturally without interference or pressure. And in doing so, you often find that the outcomes are far more meaningful and enduring than anything you could have forced into being. Practicing patience also teaches you the value of timing. In life, timing is often everything. Acting too soon can disrupt the natural flow of events, while waiting for the right moment can lead to extraordinary results. Patience allows you to align with this flow, to trust that everything has its season, and to act when the time is right, not a moment sooner or later. This alignment with timing not only enhances your effectiveness, but also deepens your sense of peace and fulfillment. The power of patience lies in its quiet certainty. It is the confidence to know that you don't need to chase, force, or control, that everything meant for you will find its way to you in time. It is the discipline to hold your ground, to remain calm in the face of uncertainty, and to trust the process of life. When you embrace patience, you prove to yourself and to the world that true strength lies not in impulsive action but in the steady, unwavering resolve to wait for what is right. In the journey of silence, patience, and self-discovery, we uncover the profound power of stepping back to allow life to unfold on its own terms. Whether it's through the strength of silence, the clarity of perspective, the growth born in separation, or the magnetic energy of inner peace, each principle reinforces the truth that discipline and trust in oneself are the ultimate victories. Resisting the pull of impulsive action shows the world, and more importantly yourself, that you are grounded, resilient, and in control of your destiny. As you embody these truths, you create a life that is not only aligned with your highest self, but also a source of inspiration to others. Remember, everything meant for you will come in its time. Trust the process, honor your growth, and let your inner strength guide you forward. Thank you for listening, and may your path be filled with wisdom, clarity, and peace. Ladies and gentlemen, let me start by saying this: there is no man, no force on this earth that can resist a woman who knows her worth. When you understand the power of these two words, you'll command attention, respect, and devotion. These words aren't magic, they're a declaration, a boundary, a statement of independence that says, I will not settle for less than I deserve. When you say them, they must carry weight. They must be unshakable, like the roots of an ancient tree, planted firmly in the soil of your self-respect. See, the problem isn't that men don't listen, it's that you don't speak your truth. You shrink, you compromise, you bend over backwards, thinking that's the way to win love. But let me tell you, real men aren't attracted to weakness. They're drawn to strength. And strength isn't loud or boastful. It's quiet. It's steady. It's a calm refusal to be anything other than exactly who you are. When you say no more, you're not begging, pleading, or explaining. You're drawing a line in the sand that cannot and will not be crossed. Let me be clear, this isn't about arrogance or ego. It's about dignity. It's about looking a man in the eye and saying, I'm not afraid to walk away if you don't rise to meet me. Because when you respect yourself, the world will follow suit. So sisters, don't chase. Don't beg. Don't twist yourself into knots trying to be what you think he wants. Instead, stand tall. Know that you are enough. And when the time comes, don't be afraid to utter those two words that will change everything: no more. With those words, you don't just command respect, you demand it. And that, my friends, is how you eat any man you want. The way you carry yourself speaks louder than any words you could ever say. Long before you utter a single syllable, the room has already decided how it will respond to you. Presence is not something you can fake or manufacture. It's an energy, a force, an unspoken language that commands attention and respect. It's the silent confidence that walks into a room ahead of you, declaring, I am here, without needing to make a sound. Those two words, whatever they may be, are powerless if not backed by a presence that demands admiration and attention. Think of the most captivating individuals you've ever encountered. Was it their beauty that struck you? Their wealth? Their talent? Perhaps. But more often than not, it was something intangible. It was the way they held their head high, the way they moved with purpose, the way their very stillness seemed to radiate strength. That's the power of presence. It's not about trying to be noticed, it's about embodying a self-assurance so profound that being noticed becomes inevitable. Presence begins within. It's rooted in how you see yourself before anyone else does. If you walk into a room doubting your worth, that doubt will bleed into every interaction. People will pick up on it, consciously or unconsciously, and respond accordingly. But if you step into that same room with the quiet certainty that you belong, that you are enough, everything changes. People are drawn to confidence because it is rare and because it makes them feel secure. When you exude self-assurance, you give others permission to see you as you see yourself. But presence is not arrogance. It's not about being the loudest voice or the flashiest dresser. True presence is understated. It doesn't need to announce itself. It's the calm in the storm, the unshakable foundation upon which everything else is built. It's in the way you listen more than you speak, the way you meet someone's gaze without flinching, the way you hold yourself as though you already know your value, and need no one else to confirm it. Body language plays a crucial role in cultivating presence. How you stand, sit, and move tells a story about how you feel about yourself. Slouched shoulders, fidgeting hands, or a downcast gaze speak of insecurity and uncertainty. On the other hand, standing tall, moving with intention, and making eye contact convey confidence and composure. It's not just about what you say, it's about how you say it with your posture, your gestures, your very being. Silence, too, is a part of presence. There is immense power in the ability to be comfortable in silence. People who feel the need to fill every pause with words often betray their own nervousness. But when you can sit quietly, letting the moment breathe, you project a sense of control and self-assuredness. Silence can speak volumes, conveying a confidence that no amount of chatter ever could. Presence also requires authenticity. You can't fake it for long, and trying to do so will only exhaust you. People are incredibly perceptive. They can sense when someone is putting on an act. The most magnetic individuals are those who are unapologetically themselves. They don't try to conform to what others expect or want them to be. Instead, they embrace their quirks, their flaws, their uniqueness. This authenticity is what makes them compelling. It's what makes their presence feel real and grounded. Developing presence takes practice. It's not something that happens overnight. It requires a commitment to knowing yourself, to valuing yourself, and to presenting yourself in a way that aligns with that inner truth. It's about recognizing that you don't need to prove anything to anyone. Your worth isn't up for negotiation, and your presence isn't contingent on someone else's validation. When you carry yourself with presence, everything you say and do gains weight. Your words are taken seriously, your actions are respected, and your boundaries are honored. This is why presence is so essential. It gives power to everything else. Without it, even the most eloquent words can fall flat, and the strongest arguments can be ignored. But with it, even the simplest statements can carry the force of a command. So before you speak those two words, whatever they may be, focus first on cultivating a presence that will make those words impossible to ignore. Walk into every room as though you belong there, not because you're trying to impress, but because you've already impressed yourself. Stand tall, move with intention, and let your energy do the talking. When you do, those two words will become more than just a statement. They'll become a declaration backed by the undeniable force of your presence. And that, more than anything, is what will leave a lasting impact. Words are among the most powerful tools we possess. They can inspire nations, heal wounds, or destroy relationships with a single utterance. Yet, their power is not inherent. Words themselves are nothing more than sounds or symbols until they are charged with meaning. It is the belief behind them, the conviction with which they are spoken, that transforms them into forces capable of moving hearts and minds. Without that inner certainty, even the most profound statements fall flat. When you speak, the world doesn't just listen to your words, it listens to your heart, your energy, your authenticity. Speaking with conviction means more than just raising your voice or choosing the right vocabulary. It's about embodying what you say so fully that your words and your being are one and the same. It's about standing firm in what you believe, so that every sentence carries the weight of your truth. People can sense when someone is speaking from a place of doubt or insincerity. Words spoken without belief are like arrows without tips. They may fly, but they fail to penetrate. On the other hand, words delivered with conviction cut through noise, leaving a mark that lingers long after they've been spoken. To speak with conviction, you must first believe in what you're saying. That belief comes from knowing yourself, knowing your values, your principles, and your truth. When your words stem from this foundation, they carry an authenticity that cannot be faked. You don't need to overcompensate or dress your statements in flowery language. Simplicity becomes powerful when it's spoken with absolute certainty. A quiet, assured tone can have more impact than the loudest shout when it comes from someone who truly believes in what they're saying. Conviction also requires emotional alignment. It's not just about knowing the right thing to say, it's about feeling it deeply, People are emotional beings. They respond not only to logic but to the energy behind the words. If your emotions and your words are in harmony, your message becomes irresistible. Think of great orators, leaders, or even close friends who've inspired you. Their words resonated because they came from a place of deep emotional connection to what they were expressing. Their conviction wasn't just intellectual, it was visceral. Conviction doesn't mean stubbornness or an unwillingness to listen. Speaking with conviction is not about dominating a conversation or imposing your views on others. It's about presenting your truth in a way that invites others to engage with it. Conviction is confident, but it's also respectful. It doesn't shout down dissent, it holds steady in the face of it. When you speak with conviction, you don't need to defend yourself with aggression or defensiveness. Your belief in your words is enough. Your body and voice are also essential tools in conveying conviction. How you say something is often just as important as what you say. A steady tone, deliberate pacing, and confident posture all communicate that you mean what you're saying. Hesitations, nervous laughter, or looking away as you speak can undermine even the strongest words. Practice aligning your physical presence with your message. Stand tall, make eye contact, and use your voice as an instrument to convey not just words but meaning. Speaking with conviction also means being willing to stand alone if necessary. Conviction often requires courage. There will be times when what you have to say is unpopular or challenges the status quo. In those moments, it's easy to falter, to soften your stance, or to remain silent. But true conviction means staying true to your beliefs, even when it's uncomfortable. It's about valuing your truth over the fear of judgment. When you stand firm in what you believe, others will respect you, even if they don't agree with you. One of the most remarkable aspects of conviction is its contagiousness. When you speak with genuine belief, you invite others to believe too. Your words have the power to ignite something in others, to awaken possibilities they hadn't considered. Conviction inspires trust because it signals that you're not merely speaking for the sake of speaking, you're offering something real, something worth considering. People are drawn to certainty in a world full of ambiguity. Your conviction can become a guiding light for those who are unsure. Conviction is not something you can force. It grows from practice and experience. It's built through moments of doubt and failure, where you've had to reaffirm what you stand for. Each time you choose to speak your truth, even when it's difficult, your conviction deepens. Over time, it becomes second nature, an unshakable foundation that strengthens every word you speak. When you speak with conviction, you don't just communicate, you create. You shape perceptions, inspire actions, and leave a legacy. Your words become more than sounds, they become a force that moves the world. So when you speak, let every word come from the core of who you are. Let your belief in what you say transform your message into something unforgettable. In doing so, you'll not only be heard, you'll be remembered. Understanding the mind of a man isn't about manipulation or trying to control his actions. It's about seeking genuine connection through insight into what drives him, what he values, and what he fears. Men, like all humans, are complex beings shaped by experiences, expectations, and inner desires. To truly connect with and understand them, you must approach with empathy, self-respect, and a willingness to see beyond the surface. This isn't a game of power. It's about building a bridge of understanding that aligns his values with your own self-worth. Men often value respect deeply, sometimes even above love. Respect, to a man, is more than just admiration. It's a sense of being seen and acknowledged for who he is and what he stands for. This doesn't mean agreeing with everything he says or does, but it does mean recognizing his efforts, dreams, and contributions without diminishing them. When a man feels respected, he opens up in ways that reveal his true nature. Respect creates a safe space where he can express vulnerability, a quality that society often teaches him to suppress. Respect must be mutual. This is where your self-worth becomes essential. If you sacrifice your boundaries or compromise your values to gain his respect or attention, the foundation becomes unstable. True understanding starts with valuing yourself. When you know your worth, you communicate it without needing to say a word. Men are naturally drawn to women who carry themselves with confidence and self-assurance. It's not about arrogance, it's about holding yourself to a standard that invites him to rise to meet you. Men also value trust, but trust isn't just about fidelity, it's about emotional security. A man needs to feel that he can be himself without fear of judgment or ridicule. This doesn't mean you should excuse harmful behavior, but it does mean creating an environment where he can be honest without fear of losing your respect. Trust is built over time through consistent actions and open communication. If a man feels safe enough to show his flaws and share his fears, you've tapped into a part of him that few others may see. It's equally important to understand that men often communicate differently than women. Where women may be more inclined to express feelings through words, men may do so through actions. A man's silence doesn't always mean disinterest or detachment sometimes. It's his way of processing emotions or finding solutions. Patience and attentiveness are crucial here. Instead of jumping to conclusions, observe his actions and listen when he's ready to speak. Understanding his communication style can prevent misunderstandings and deepen your connection. Another key to understanding men is recognizing what motivates them. Men often derive a sense of identity and purpose from their ability to provide, achieve, or protect. This doesn't necessarily mean financial provision. It can also mean offering emotional support or physical security. A man wants to feel needed, but not in a way that diminishes his partner's independence. It's about balance, letting him know his contributions matter without losing your own strength and autonomy. Acknowledging his need for autonomy is another essential aspect. Men value their independence and often need space to recharge, reflect, or pursue their goals. This isn't a sign of rejection, it's part of how many men maintain balance in their lives. Giving a man the freedom to be himself, while maintaining your own individuality, creates a dynamic where both of you can grow together without feeling constrained. Understanding this need for space shows that you respect his boundaries and trust the foundation of your relationship. On a deeper level, men crave connection just as much as women do, though they may express it differently. Beneath the surface, many men fear failure, inadequacy, or not being enough. When you understand this, you can approach interactions with compassion rather than frustration. Encouraging a man during his moments of doubt, reminding him of his strengths, and being a steady presence in his life can create a bond that is unbreakable. But remember, this support must be reciprocal. If he doesn't offer the same understanding and encouragement in return, the relationship becomes one-sided, and your worth must guide you to reassess. Understanding the mind of a man starts with understanding yourself. When you know your values, boundaries, and goals, you create a foundation that can't be shaken. From this place of strength, you can engage with him not as someone trying to fix or change him, but as an equal who seeks connection and understanding. Men respect and cherish women who are unapologetically themselves because it challenges them to bring their best selves to the table. This is not about bending yourself to fit his needs or expectations. It's about aligning what he values with the unshakable truth of your self-worth. When you approach a man from a place of understanding and confidence, you create a dynamic where both of you can thrive. It's not manipulation, it's connection. And that connection, built on mutual respect and understanding, is what lasts. Confidence is a force that radiates from within, shaping how others perceive you, and more importantly, how you perceive yourself. It's not about being loud or overbearing, but about standing firm in your identity, values, and purpose. Confidence over conformity means resisting the urge to change who you are to fit someone else's expectations or ideals. It means choosing authenticity over approval, strength over submission, and self-respect over shallow acceptance. Too often, people fall into the trap of conforming to what they think others want. They suppress their individuality, silence their opinions, and reshape their behavior to fit a mold that doesn't belong to them. While this may win temporary acceptance, it comes at the cost of self-worth. The truth is, Trying to be someone you're not is exhausting and unsustainable. It creates a facade that may attract attention, but it will never inspire genuine respect or admiration. Confidence begins with knowing who you are and what you stand for. This self-awareness is the foundation of all authentic connections. When you are confident, you don't need to seek validation from others because you carry an unshakable belief in your worth. You know that you are enough just as you are. This belief frees you from the need to conform to societal pressures or personal expectations that don't align with your true self. Being confident doesn't mean being perfect. In fact, it means embracing your imperfections and owning your flaws. Confidence is about accepting all parts of yourself, your strengths, weaknesses, successes, and failures. When you stop trying to hide or fix everything you think is wrong with you, you free yourself from the constant need to seek approval. Instead, you project authenticity, which is far more attractive and inspiring than any facade of perfection. The power of confidence lies in its ability to set boundaries. When you know your worth, you won't settle for less than you deserve. Whether in relationships, career, or life in general, you'll have the courage to say no to situations and people that don't honor your values. Conformity often stems from a fear of rejection, but confidence reminds you that rejection is not the end of the world. It's simply a redirection towards something better suited to your true self. Confidence over conformity also means standing firm in your beliefs and choices, even when they go against the grain. It's easy to follow the crowd, to agree with popular opinions, or to do what's expected of you. But confidence requires courage, the courage to be different, to speak your truth, and to live authentically. This courage can be intimidating to others, but it's also what makes you unforgettable. People are drawn to those who are unapologetically themselves because it challenges them to do the same. True confidence isn't about dominating others or proving your superiority. It's about quiet assurance, a calm and steady belief in your abilities and purpose. This type of confidence doesn't shout for attention, it simply exists, unshaken by external opinions or circumstances. It's the kind of confidence that says, I know who I am, and I'm not afraid to show it. Confidence is magnetic because it's rare. In a world where so many people conform to fit in, those who dare to be themselves stand out effortlessly. They don't chase approval because they don't need it. Instead, they inspire respect and admiration simply by being who they are. This authenticity is what makes confidence so powerful. It's not about impressing others, but about expressing your true self. Confidence requires maintenance. It's not a one-time achievement, but an ongoing process of self-discovery and growth. Life will challenge your confidence, testing your resolve and pushing you to question yourself. In these moments, it's crucial to reconnect with your inner truth. Remind yourself of your strengths, revisit your values, and reaffirm your worth. Confidence is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. Choosing confidence over conformity also means embracing vulnerability. Confidence isn't about pretending you have it all figured out. It's about being honest about your journey. It's about showing up as you are, flaws and all, and trusting that you are enough. Vulnerability is not a weakness, it's a testament to your strength and authenticity. When you allow yourself to be seen fully, you inspire others to do the same. Confidence over conformity is about liberation. It's about freeing yourself from the need to fit into boxes that were never meant for you. It's about living a life that feels true to who you are, rather than one dictated by the expectations of others. When you choose confidence, you choose yourself. And when you choose yourself, you become a force to be reckoned with, someone who commands respect, inspires change, and leaves a lasting impact simply by being authentic. The power of your presence, your voice, and your actions comes from your authenticity. Confidence isn't just about how you look or what you achieve, it's about who you are and how deeply you believe in yourself. When you stand in your truth, the world takes notice. You don't need to conform to earn approval. Your confidence is more than enough. And with that unshakable self-assurance, you can face any challenge, win any heart, and achieve any dream. Scarcity is a powerful force in human psychology. It shapes how people perceive value and dictates how they prioritize their attention and efforts. What's easily available is often taken for granted, while what feels rare or elusive becomes the focus of desire. This principle applies to relationships, opportunities, and nearly every aspect of life. When you master the art of creating scarcity, you elevate your worth in the eyes of others, making yourself a treasure to be earned rather than something freely available to all. The first step in embodying scarcity is recognizing your intrinsic value. You are not just anyone, you are unique with qualities, experiences, and strengths that no one else possesses. But if you don't treat yourself like something special, why should anyone else? Making yourself a mystery starts with holding yourself to a standard that demands respect. This doesn't mean being aloof or unkind, it means being selective about how you share your time, energy, and attention. Being scarce doesn't mean playing games or intentionally making yourself unavailable in a manipulative way. Instead, it's about prioritizing your well-being and recognizing that not everyone deserves access to you. Your time and energy are finite resources, and how you allocate them sends a message about your worth. When you spread yourself too thin or make yourself overly accessible, people may begin to undervalue your presence. But when you set boundaries and choose carefully who gets to be part of your life, you project confidence and self-respect. Part of creating scarcity lies in the art of mystery. Mystery captivates because it leaves people wanting to know more. It's the intrigue of the unknown that fuels curiosity and desire. Being a mystery doesn't mean hiding who you are, but rather sharing yourself in layers. Don't reveal everything about yourself all at once. Let others earn the privilege of knowing you deeply. This gradual unveiling creates a sense of discovery and keeps the connection dynamic and exciting. Scarcity also means knowing when to step back. Overexposure can dilute your impact. When you're constantly available, whether in conversations, social settings, or relationships, your presence can lose its novelty. By occasionally stepping away and giving others the space to miss you, you allow your absence to speak as powerfully as your presence. This doesn't mean disappearing entirely, but rather finding a balance that keeps interactions meaningful and purposeful. Another crucial aspect of scarcity is cultivating your independence. People are drawn to those who have their own lives, passions, and goals. When you are self-sufficient and focused on your growth, you naturally become more desirable. Independence sends the message that you are not reliant on others for your happiness or validation, which in turn makes people value their connection with you even more. It's a paradox. The less you seem to need others, the more they want to be around you. Scarcity doesn't mean rejecting vulnerability. In fact, vulnerability, when shared wisely, can deepen connections and create lasting bonds. The key is to be intentional about who you allow to see your vulnerable side. Not everyone is deserving of your full trust, and choosing carefully who gets to witness your authenticity only amplifies its value. When you share your deeper self selectively, it reinforces the idea that your inner world is a rare and precious gift. The concept of scarcity also applies to the way you communicate. Words, when used sparingly and thoughtfully, carry more weight. If you're always quick to respond, always explaining, or always available, your words can lose their impact. But when you speak with intention, when your words carry meaning and aren't offered frivolously, people are more likely to listen and value what you say. Similarly, actions that are deliberate and purposeful resonate more deeply than those done without thought. One of the most powerful ways to embody scarcity is by staying focused on your journey. People are naturally drawn to those who are driven by their own purpose. When you're dedicated to your growth, passions, and goals, you have magnetic energy that's hard to ignore. You become the kind of person others want to be around, not because you're chasing them, but because you're chasing something greater. This focus on yourself reinforces the idea that your time and attention are valuable and must be earned. Scarcity is not about being cold, distant, or unapproachable. It's about balance, knowing when to give and when to withhold, when to connect and when to step back. It's about valuing yourself so much that others can't help but value you too. It's about creating a dynamic where your presence feels like a privilege, not a given. Scarcity breeds desire because it transforms the ordinary into the extraordinary. When people see that you are not easily swayed, that you hold yourself to a higher standard, and that your time and attention are precious, they begin to see you in a new light. You become someone worth pursuing, worth cherishing, and worth holding on to. And that's the kind of power that changes how the world responds to you. The word no is one of the simplest yet most transformative tools a woman can wield in her life, particularly in relationships. When spoken with conviction and clarity, it carries immense power. And when paired with more, as in no more, it becomes a declaration of self-worth, a boundary drawn in the sand, and a command for respect that cannot be ignored. These two words can shift the dynamics of any relationship, whether romantic, professional, or platonic, because they signal the end of compromise where it undermines dignity and the beginning of standing in your truth. At its core, no more is an act of reclaiming agency. Too often, women are conditioned to be accommodating, to put others' needs ahead of their own, or to avoid conflict at the expense of their own well-being. Saying no more breaks that cycle. It's a refusal to accept mistreatment, neglect, or anything less than what aligns with one's values and self-respect. It's not about being confrontational or combative, it's about asserting that you matter, that your voice matters, and that your boundaries will no longer be crossed. Setting boundaries is an act of self-love, and no more is the ultimate expression of those boundaries. Boundaries protect your emotional, mental, and physical well-being. They're not about keeping people out, but about ensuring that those who are allowed in treat you with care and respect. Without boundaries, relationships can become draining, one-sided, or even toxic. No more draws a clear line, signaling that you will no longer tolerate behavior that diminishes your worth. This phrase also commands respect in a way that few other words can. Respect is not something that can be begged for or demanded without merit, it is earned. However, the act of firmly stating no more inherently earns respect because it demonstrates strength, self-awareness, and the courage to stand up for yourself. Even if the other person doesn't immediately appreciate or agree with your stance, they cannot ignore the resolve it takes to say it. No more shifts the power dynamic in any relationship. In situations where one person has been taking more than they give, this phrase disrupts the imbalance. It forces reflection and accountability. It says, I am no longer available for your convenience, your excuses, or your half-hearted efforts. This isn't about revenge or retribution. It's about recalibrating the relationship to one of mutual respect and reciprocity. If the other person cannot rise to meet those standards, no more becomes the closing chapter of a relationship that no longer serves you. The power of no more extends beyond personal relationships and into every facet of life. In the workplace, it can mean refusing to accept being overworked and undervalued. In friendships, it can mean stepping away from those who drain your energy without giving back. In family dynamics, it can mean breaking free from patterns of guilt or obligation that stifle your growth. In every context, these words represent a commitment to your own well-being and the recognition that you deserve better. Saying no more is not always easy. It requires self-reflection to recognize when you've been compromising too much, courage to confront the situation, and resilience to stand by your decision. It may be met with resistance, anger, or attempts to manipulate you into backing down. But staying firm in your resolve is a testament to your strength and belief in your worth. It's a reminder that you are not responsible for how others react to your boundaries. You are only responsible for honoring yourself. This act of setting limits can also be incredibly freeing. When you say no more, you free yourself from the burden of tolerating what no longer aligns with your values or serves your growth. You make space for healthier, more fulfilling relationships and opportunities. You reclaim the time and energy that were once spent on things that drained you, redirecting them toward what truly matters. The beauty of no more is that it's not just an ending, it's a beginning. It's the start of a new chapter where you prioritize your needs, values, and happiness. It's a declaration that you will no longer settle for less than what you deserve. And as you practice this in various aspects of your life, You build a sense of confidence and self-assurance that radiates outward, attracting people and opportunities that align with your newfound standards. The power of no more lies in its simplicity and clarity. It doesn't require elaborate explanations or justifications. It doesn't invite debate. It is a statement of fact, a line drawn in the sand, and a promise to yourself that you will honor your worth. These two words can change your life, not because they force others to change, but because they empower you to take control of your own narrative. When you say no more, you are not just setting a boundary, you are reclaiming your power. The true power of no more lies in its ability to transform how you see yourself and how others see you. It's a declaration that you are no longer available for anything less than respect, love, and reciprocity. It sets the tone for how you expect to be treated and creates space for relationships, opportunities, and experiences that align with your worth. These two words are not just about boundaries, they are about liberation, empowerment, and reclaiming the narrative of your life. So when the moment calls for it, let these words flow from a place of confidence and self-love. Speak them with the knowledge that they honor your value and create a path toward the life you truly deserve. Thank you for embracing this journey of self-respect and strength. Your time, attention, and commitment to growth are deeply appreciated. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something about power, not the kind that comes from titles or possessions, but the kind that lives within you. Real power is quiet, intentional, and unwavering. It's the ability to know what to share and what to hold back. And today we're talking about 5 things every woman must keep private from men. Not every man who listens deserves your trust. Your fears, your doubts, your insecurities, these are not weaknesses, they are your humanity. Share them only with those who have proven they will honor and protect them. Some battles are meant to be fought in the quiet corners of your soul. Dream big, but dream for yourself. Before you tell anyone your goals, ask yourself, will they support this vision, or will they shrink it? A seed grows in silence, not under scrutiny. When your aspirations are fully formed, then, and only then, can you decide who deserves to know. The struggles you faced are not open invitations for judgment or pity. They are the chapters of a book only you hold the rights to publish. You decide how much of that story is shared, and more importantly, how it's framed. Remember, your scars are your strength, not someone else's ammunition. Money isn't just about wealth, it's about freedom. Your financial decisions are a reflection of your independence. Keep them guarded, not as a secret, but as a strategy. A man who values you will respect your boundaries and your moves, even if he doesn't know every detail. Ladies, the element of surprise is powerful. Don't lay all your cards on the table. Your plans, your next big move, these are yours to shape without outside interference. Reveal them only when they're ready to shine, not when they're still fragile ideas. In this life, you are the architect of your destiny. Choose carefully what you build and who you invite into your design. The world doesn't need to know every piece of you to admire your strength. Stay poised, stay grounded, and always, always stay true to yourself. There are certain parts of your heart and mind that are sacred places no one should trespass unless they have earned the right. Vulnerabilities are not weaknesses, they are the essence of your humanity, the raw and unpolished truth of who you are. But not everyone deserves to hold this truth. In a world that often mistakes openness for trust, it's crucial to remember that not every listener is a confidant, and not every inquiry is born from care. When you reveal your deepest fears or insecurities to someone who has not proven their loyalty, you risk exposing yourself to judgment, misunderstanding, or even exploitation. Vulnerability is a gift, not a free-for-all. It is the foundation of authentic connection, but it must be offered with discernment. Sharing too quickly or with the wrong person can leave you feeling drained, unheard, or even betrayed. Not everyone has the emotional capacity to hold your truths gently, and that's okay, it's not their role. It's your role to protect what matters most. Keeping certain vulnerabilities private doesn't mean you're hiding who you are or being dishonest. It means you value yourself enough to ensure that your story is held by those who will cherish it, not distort it. Think of your vulnerabilities as the most delicate part of your soul. You wouldn't hand a fragile heirloom to someone who doesn't know how to handle it with care. In the same way, the tender parts of your being deserve to be shielded until you are certain they will be received with respect and compassion. The act of safeguarding your vulnerabilities also reinforces your inner strength. When you maintain control over what you share, you retain power over your narrative. You become the gatekeeper of your emotions, deciding who enters and who stays out. This is not about building walls to keep people away, but about creating boundaries that protect your well-being. Boundaries are not barriers, they are the framework within which healthy relationships can flourish. There's an undeniable strength in selective vulnerability. When you choose to reveal your struggles or fears, it should be to someone who has proven their ability to support you without judgment. Someone who doesn't see your pain as a flaw, but as a part of your journey. These individuals are rare and precious, and they often come into your life only after you've cultivated the discernment to recognize them. Until then, it's okay to keep certain parts of yourself private. It's also worth remembering that not every moment of vulnerability needs to be shared with another person. Sometimes the best confidant is yourself. Journaling, meditating, or simply sitting with your thoughts can help you process your emotions without needing external validation. In doing so, you not only preserve your sacred spaces, but also build a deeper relationship with yourself. You learn to trust your own judgment, to comfort yourself in times of need, and to recognize your worth independent of others' opinions. When you keep your vulnerability sacred, you are not isolating yourself, you are empowering yourself. You're ensuring that the essence of who you are is not diluted by unnecessary exposure. This isn't about mistrust or fear, it's about honoring your journey. Every scar, every fear, every doubt is a testament to your resilience. It's a reminder that you've survived, that you've learned, and that you're still standing. Not everyone deserves to know the battles you fought or the wounds you've healed. Those stories are yours to share, not theirs to demand. So, take your time. Learn to observe before you reveal. Trust is not built overnight, and it's not something to give away lightly. When you do choose to open up, make sure it's to someone who has proven their ability to listen without judgment and to support without conditions. Until then, hold your vulnerabilities close. They are not for everyone to see, because they are a testament to your strength, your humanity, and your journey. And those things are sacred. Your aspirations are the seeds of your future, delicate and full of potential. They begin as quiet whispers in your heart, ideas that ignite a spark of excitement and hope. These dreams are yours first and foremost, belonging to no one but you. Their power lies in their connection to your innermost desires, to the parts of you that see beyond the present and dare to imagine something greater. But like all precious things, they need protection. Not everyone will understand your vision, and not everyone is meant to. When a dream is in its infancy, it is vulnerable. It's still finding its form, still solidifying into something real. This is the stage where it needs nurturing, not scrutiny. Sharing your aspirations too soon can expose them to criticism, doubt, and negativity. Even well-meaning people might unintentionally diminish your dream by projecting their fears onto it. They may question its practicality, point out potential challenges, or suggest alternative paths that align with their vision, not yours. While feedback can be valuable, it must come from those who genuinely support you and believe in your potential. Dreams grow stronger in silence because they have the space to take root without interference. When you keep your aspirations private, you give yourself time to explore them fully, to understand what they mean to you and how they align with your values. This silence is not about secrecy or mistrust. It's about creating a safe space for your vision to flourish. It allows you to focus on the joy and excitement of your dream without the noise of external opinions. There's a profound power in holding something sacred within yourself. When you resist the urge to share prematurely, You cultivate a sense of ownership and responsibility over your aspirations. They become a part of you, something you carry with pride and determination. This quiet confidence fuels your actions, guiding you toward your goals without the need for validation from others. It's a reminder that your dreams don't need to be understood by everyone, they only need to be understood by you. As your dream begins to take shape, you'll naturally start to identify the people who can help nurture it. These are the ones who listen without judgment, who encourage you without imposing their own agenda. They are the ones who see your potential and believe in your ability to achieve it. Sharing your aspirations with such individuals can be a source of motivation and inspiration, but even then, it's important to be selective. Not every aspect of your vision needs to be disclosed, and not every milestone requires an audience. The most meaningful progress often happens behind the scenes. It's also worth recognizing that some people may react negatively to your aspirations because of their own limitations or insecurities. They might feel threatened by your ambition or compare it to their own unfulfilled dreams. Their reactions have more to do with them than with you. This is why discernment is essential. Share your vision only with those who uplift you, not with those who might unintentionally or intentionally diminish your light. Keeping your aspirations close allows you to develop resilience. When you're not seeking constant approval or reassurance, you learn to trust yourself. You build the strength to move forward, even when doubts arise or obstacles appear. This inner strength is crucial, because every dream comes with its challenges. The path to achieving your aspirations is rarely linear, and there will be moments when you question yourself. In those times, the quiet foundation you've built becomes your anchor, reminding you why you started and why it matters. Your aspirations are a reflection of your unique journey and purpose. They are the compass guiding you toward a life that feels authentic and fulfilling. By keeping them private in their early stages, you honor their significance and give them the chance to grow into something extraordinary. When the time comes to share, you'll do so not out of a need for validation, but from a place of confidence and clarity. Your dreams are yours first. They belong to the part of you that dares to hope and believe. Protect them, nurture them, and allow them to grow in the silence of your heart. When they are ready to bloom, the world will see their beauty, but only because you took the time to let them thrive in private. The pain you've endured is part of your story, a testament to your resilience and growth. It holds lessons that have shaped you, moments that tested your resolve and forged your strength. But it is not a badge to wear for recognition or sympathy. Pain, while powerful, should never define you. Instead, it is a chapter in your journey, one that teaches you and prepares you for what lies ahead. Holding on to it as an identity or sharing it indiscriminately can leave you vulnerable to judgment, misunderstanding, or even manipulation. Pain has a way of transforming us, revealing depths of courage we didn't know we possessed. It strips away illusions and forces us to confront the truth of who we are. In those moments, we discover our capacity to endure, to heal, and to rise. This strength is deeply personal and sacred. It's not something to be flaunted or offered up to anyone who asks. Sharing your pain can create connections, but only if it's with those who respect its significance and honor the growth it represents. When you openly display your past pain, especially to those who haven't earned your trust, you risk it being used against you. Some may view your struggles as weaknesses, exploiting them to gain control or diminish your worth. Others might misinterpret your experiences, turning your journey into a narrative that suits their perspective rather than honoring your truth. This is why it's vital to be selective about what you share and with whom. Your pain is not a weapon to wield or a shield to hide behind. It's a lesson to carry quietly, guiding your actions and decisions. There's a fine line between acknowledging your pain and allowing it to define you. When you let past hurts become a badge, you risk living in the shadow of what has happened, rather than stepping into the light of what can be. Carrying pain as a badge often means seeking validation through it, allowing it to become a part of your identity that others see first. But you are so much more than what you've endured. Your essence, your dreams, and your potential are not confined by your scars, they are illuminated by your resilience. It's important to process your pain, to sit with it, understand it, and learn from it. This process allows you to extract its lessons without letting it overshadow your life. Pain teaches us empathy, patience, and strength. It can make us more compassionate and understanding, but only if we approach it with the intent to grow. Clinging to it or using it as a constant point of reference can stunt this growth, keeping you tethered to moments that were meant to teach you and then release you. Your past pain should serve as a guide, not a residence. It can inform your choices, helping you recognize patterns and avoid pitfalls, but it should never dictate your future. By holding on to the lessons while releasing the emotional weight, you create space for new experiences and opportunities. This balance allows you to honor your journey without being consumed by it. When you meet someone new, whether in friendship or love, it's natural to want to share parts of your story. But be mindful of how much you reveal and why. Sharing your pain with the wrong person can lead to exploitation or misunderstanding, while sharing it with someone who truly values you can deepen trust and connection. Take your time to discern who deserves to hear your story. The right people will see your strength, not your wounds. Your past pain is a chapter, not the whole book. It's a part of what makes you who you are, but it's not the entirety of your identity. Don't allow anyone to reduce you to your struggles or to use them as a means to control you. Your pain is your own, a private reminder of what you've overcome and the strength you've built. It's a quiet power, a lesson that lives within you and propels you forward. You are not your pain. You are the strength that emerged from it, the wisdom it imparted, and the hope it couldn't extinguish. Hold your past pain as a lesson, not a badge. Let it shape you but not confine you. The world doesn't need to know every battle you fought, it only needs to see the light in your eyes that says, I've endured, and I am still here. Financial independence is more than just the ability to pay your bills, it's the foundation of your freedom, your confidence, and your ability to shape your own future. Money represents more than material wealth, it's a tool for security, choice, and self-expression. When you have control over your finances, you gain the power to decide how you live your life. This independence, however, is not something to be taken lightly or casually shared with others, particularly when it comes to relationships. Your financial moves are your business, and how you manage your money should remain a personal and strategic affair. There is strength in keeping your financial matters private and your actions deliberate. Not every decision you make, every goal you set, or every step you take toward financial growth needs to be disclosed to others. The more you share about your financial situation, the more you open the door to judgment, unsolicited opinions, or even undue expectations from those around you. Financial independence is deeply personal. It allows you to make choices that align with your values, ambitions, and priorities without being beholden to someone else's approval. When you share too much about your financial situation, particularly with men or in romantic relationships, you risk creating an imbalance. Money can easily become a source of conflict, a point of leverage, or a shared obligation that was never intended to be. By keeping your financial moves private, you maintain control over your resources and decisions, ensuring that your independence remains intact. Strategic financial management means thinking long-term and acting with purpose. It's about setting goals, saving diligently, and investing wisely. These are actions that speak louder than words, and their results will show over time. There's no need to announce your plans or seek validation from others. In fact, discussing your finances openly can sometimes attract the wrong kind of attention, whether it's envy, manipulation, or pressure to share what you've worked so hard to achieve. This doesn't mean you can't seek advice or guidance when needed. There's wisdom in consulting experts or trusted mentors about financial matters. But even then, it's important to approach these conversations with discernment, sharing only what's necessary and keeping the details of your overall strategy to yourself. Not everyone has your best interests at heart, and not everyone needs to know the intricacies of your financial life. When it comes to relationships, financial independence is especially crucial. It's easy for financial matters to become entangled in the dynamics of a partnership, leading to complications or even a loss of autonomy. By maintaining control over your finances and setting clear boundaries, you protect yourself from becoming financially dependent on someone else, or conversely, from feeling obligated to support someone else's financial needs. Sharing financial responsibilities in a relationship is natural and sometimes necessary, but it should be done with clear communication and mutual respect. Even in these cases, it's wise to retain a level of independence, ensuring that you always have access to your own resources and the ability to make decisions for yourself. This isn't about secrecy or mistrust, it's about safeguarding your autonomy and ensuring that you never feel trapped by financial circumstances. Your financial independence also serves as a powerful example to others, especially younger generations or those who look up to you. It shows that self-reliance is achievable and that money can be managed thoughtfully and strategically. It's a silent but impactful statement that you value yourself enough to take control of your financial future. Your financial moves are about more than just money, they're about empowerment. Every decision you make, every dollar you save or invest, is a step toward creating the life you want. These moves are not for show, they're for you. They represent your dedication to your goals, your ability to plan for the future, and your refusal to let anyone else dictate your worth or your choices. Financial independence is your power, and it grows stronger when it is managed with intention and privacy. Let your actions speak louder than your words. Build your wealth, protect your resources, and chart your path with confidence and discretion. By doing so, you ensure that your financial future remains in your hands, and that is a power no one can take from you. Self-worth is the cornerstone of your identity, the inner foundation upon which your confidence, decisions, and relationships are built. It is not something anyone else has the right to define, manipulate, or diminish. Your value is intrinsic, something that exists simply because you do. It's not earned through achievements, validated by others, or tied to external factors. It belongs to you, and it's non-negotiable. When you allow others to define your worth, you give them control over your sense of self. This opens the door to insecurity, self-doubt, and a constant need for validation. Your self-worth becomes dependent on the opinions, actions, or approval of others, leaving you vulnerable to their judgments and whims. But you were never meant to live like this. True self-worth comes from within, rooted in an unwavering belief in your own value, regardless of what the world around you says. Your worth is not determined by how others perceive you. It's not about being liked, accepted, or praised. These things may feel good in the moment, but they are fleeting and external. True worth is steady, grounded in an unshakable knowing that you are enough as you are. It's about recognizing your unique qualities, respecting your boundaries, and honoring the person you've become. It's about standing firm in your value, even when others fail to see it or try to challenge it. One of the greatest acts of self-love is refusing to let anyone dictate your worth. This means setting boundaries with people who diminish you, walking away from situations that compromise your integrity, and rejecting narratives that make you feel less than. It means choosing yourself over the need to fit in, to please, or to be everything to everyone. This is not selfish, it's essential. When you stand firm in your self-worth, you teach others how to treat you with respect, dignity, and appreciation. Your worth does not increase or decrease based on your mistakes or successes. It is constant, unchanging. Society often tries to tie self-worth to accomplishments, appearance, or status, creating the illusion that you must earn your value. But this is a lie. You are valuable simply because you exist. Your worth isn't something you prove, it's something you claim. No failure can take it away, and no victory can add to it. Understanding this frees you from the exhausting pursuit of perfection and allows you to live authentically. Cultivating self-worth requires inner work. It means silencing the critical voices, both external and internal, that tell you you're not good enough. It means unlearning the idea that your value depends on what you do or how you compare to others. Instead, it's about affirming your inherent worth daily, reminding yourself that you are deserving of love, respect, and opportunity just as you are. This isn't arrogance, it's self-respect. It's knowing your value and refusing to settle for less. In relationships, your self-worth sets the tone. When you value yourself, you attract people who value you too. You don't accept less than you deserve, and you don't compromise your needs for the sake of pleasing others. Instead, you build connections based on mutual respect and understanding. Relationships become healthier when both individuals enter them with a strong sense of their own worth, creating a dynamic where neither depends on the other for validation. Recognizing your worth also means recognizing that others cannot see it if they're not meant to. Not everyone will understand your value, and that's okay. Their inability to see your light doesn't dim it. It reflects their own limitations, not yours. You are not here to prove yourself to anyone. The people who matter will see your worth without you having to convince them. Self-worth is about owning who you are. It's about standing tall in your truth, embracing your strengths and flaws, and knowing that you are whole and complete. It's about rejecting the need to shrink, to conform, or to seek approval. No one can take away your value unless you let them, and no one can define it but you. You are the keeper of your worth, and it is non-negotiable. Protect it fiercely, nurture it daily, and never let anyone make you question it. Your value is infinite, your presence is purposeful, and your worth is undeniable. Trust in that, and live your life as the empowered, confident person you were always meant to be. The power of your next step lies in its secrecy. It is your hidden strength, your untapped advantage, and the element of surprise that keeps you ahead in life. Your plans, when concealed, are protected from the scrutiny, interference, and opinions of others. They remain yours to shape, refine, and execute without external distractions or pressures. This is not about secrecy for its own sake, it's about safeguarding your vision until it is strong enough to withstand the world. When you share your plans prematurely, you open them up to potential criticism or negativity. Even well-meaning individuals can unknowingly dampen your enthusiasm or plant seeds of doubt. The weight of their opinions can make you second-guess yourself, stall your progress, or even abandon your plans altogether. Keeping your next step private ensures that your vision remains untainted by outside voices. It gives you the freedom to dream boldly and act decisively without fear of judgment. Secrecy also prevents interference. Not everyone who hears your plans has your best interests at heart. Some might undermine your efforts, either out of jealousy, competition, or a simple misunderstanding of your goals. By keeping your next move to yourself, you eliminate the risk of sabotage, whether intentional or accidental. Your plans remain in your control, free from outside manipulation. There is immense strength in moving quietly. When your actions speak louder than your words, you build credibility and respect. Results are undeniable, while promises and plans can be questioned or dismissed. Letting your accomplishments announce themselves not only surprises others, but also shields you from the pressure of living up to premature expectations. People will see what you've achieved, not what you've intended, and that carries far greater weight. Keeping your plans private also gives you room to adapt and evolve. Life is unpredictable, and sometimes adjustments are necessary. If you've announced your plans to the world, you might feel obligated to stick to them, even when circumstances change. This rigidity can hinder your success. But when your plans remain your own, you have the flexibility to pivot, experiment, and refine your approach as needed. Privacy gives you the space to learn, grow, and perfect your strategy without the fear of failure being public. Furthermore, the element of surprise is a powerful tool. When people are unaware of your next move, they cannot prepare for it or counteract it. Your actions catch them off guard, and your success becomes more impactful because it is unexpected. This advantage can be especially useful in competitive environments, where revealing your strategy too early can give others the opportunity to replicate or obstruct it. This approach requires discipline. The urge to share your plans, especially when you're excited or seeking validation, can be strong. But restraint is key. Remember, not everyone needs to know your next step, and the fewer people who do, the stronger your position. Share only with those you trust implicitly, those who will support, encourage, and respect your need for privacy. Keeping your plans private does not mean isolating yourself. Seek guidance from mentors, collaborate with trusted allies, and gather the resources you need. The key is discretion, sharing only what is necessary with those who can genuinely help, while withholding the full picture until the time is right. This balance ensures that you're not navigating alone while still maintaining control over your vision. When the time comes to execute your plans, let your actions speak for themselves. The world will take notice of your results, not your promises. Your success will carry an authenticity and power that words alone could never convey. And because your plans were protected until they were ready, they will stand strong against criticism or opposition. Your next step is more than a plan, it is your secret weapon. It is the culmination of your dreams, efforts, and vision, shielded from the distractions of the outside world until it is ready to shine. Guard it fiercely, nurture it quietly, and execute it boldly. Let your success surprise everyone, and let your silence, until then, be your greatest strength. In life, there is great power in discretion. Protecting your vulnerabilities, aspirations, lessons from past pain, financial independence, self-worth, and future plans is not about withholding yourself from the world, but about preserving what makes you strong, unique, and resilient. These aspects of your life are sacred, deserving of your respect and careful stewardship. When you honor them with privacy and intention, you create a space where your confidence can grow, your dreams can flourish, and your actions can speak louder than any words. Not everything is meant to be shared, and not everyone is meant to understand. Your strength lies in knowing what to reveal and what to keep close. Walk boldly, nurture your worth, and let your success speak for itself. Thank you for taking this journey with me.
Imagine a force so powerful, so magnetic, that it can draw everything you desire into your life effortlessly. It's not something external. It's not something you need to find. It's already within you, waiting to be activated. What if I told you that the reality you experience is not fixed, but shaped entirely by how you think, feel, and act? This speech is about unlocking a mindset so potent, it changes the trajectory of your life. This isn't just about hope or wishing, it's about becoming the very thing that attracts miracles, just like a magnet draws metal. Right now you might be wondering, is this really possible for me? The answer is an undeniable yes. But to tap into this, you must act as if you are a magnet to miracles. Every thought, every belief, and every action must align with the outcome you desire, as if it's already yours. When you embody this principle, life starts to shift. Coincidences become frequent. Doors open without you knocking. People, opportunities, and resources seem to find their way to you effortlessly. What I am about to share with you is not a fairy tale. It's a proven formula. But there's a catch: you must commit to changing the way you perceive your reality. You must stop seeing yourself as a victim of circumstances and begin seeing yourself as the creator of your destiny. Are you ready to take that leap? Let me ask you a question. Have you ever felt like you're stuck? Like no matter how hard you try, things just don't work out. You pour your energy into your dreams, you pray, you work harder than ever, and yet the results don't match your effort. It's frustrating, isn't it? But what if the problem isn't that your dreams are too big or that you're doing something wrong? What if the problem is that you've been trying too hard to make things happen, instead of stepping into the truth that everything you want is already on its way to you? Pause for a moment and consider this. What if I told you that your desires are not random? That the things you want are not a coincidence, but a signal, a sign that they are meant for you. But here's the twist: to receive them, you must stop chasing them. Instead, you must become the kind of person who naturally attracts them. Picture this. A magnet doesn't chase metal. It simply exists, and by its very nature, it draws what it needs. What if you could do the same? What if you could step into a mindset where miracles aren't the exception but the rule? This is not a theory. It's not wishful thinking. It's a truth that has transformed the lives of countless people who dared to embrace it. And today I will show you how to embody this truth for yourself. But let me warn you, this requires a shift in how you see the world, and more importantly, how you see yourself. This is not for the faint of heart. If you're tired of waiting for miracles and ready to become a magnet to them, then stay with me. Because by the end of this speech, you won't just believe in miracles, you'll become the magnet that draws them into your life. Imagine living each day with the unwavering confidence that everything you desire is already on its way to you. This is not a fleeting hope or a wishful thought, it is a state of being, a way of life. When you act as if you are a magnet to miracles, you align your entire existence with the belief that miracles are not rare occurrences but natural outcomes of your inner alignment. This powerful shift in perspective has the ability to transform your reality. Every thought you think, every word you speak, and every action you take carries energy. This energy either attracts or repels the outcomes you seek. Think of your thoughts as signals you send out into the world. When your mind is focused on lack, worry, or doubt, you are unconsciously pushing away the very things you want. But when your thoughts are anchored in faith, gratitude, and expectation, you become like a magnet, naturally drawing what you desire into your life. Acting as if you are a magnet to miracles begins with your beliefs. If you believe that miracles are distant, difficult, or only available to others, that belief will shape your experience. However, if you choose to believe that miracles are abundant and that you are worthy of them, your entire vibration shifts. This isn't about pretending or forcing positivity. It's about embodying a deep inner knowing that the life you dream of is not only possible but already unfolding. Your words are equally important. Words have creative power. They shape your reality by reinforcing your beliefs. When you speak in ways that affirm scarcity or doubt, you create barriers to your magnetism. Saying things like, "I don't think it will happen," or "I hope it works out," signals uncertainty to the universe. Instead, use words that reflect confidence and certainty. Speak as though the miracle is already yours. Say, "I am grateful for the abundance in my life," or "everything I need comes to me effortlessly." These statements are not just affirmations, they are declarations of your truth. Action is the final, crucial piece of this alignment. Acting as if you are a magnet to miracles doesn't mean sitting back and waiting for things to fall into place. It means taking inspired action that aligns with your belief in the inevitable success of your desires. For example, if you are seeking financial prosperity, don't dwell on thoughts of lack. Instead, take actions that reflect abundance. Treat yourself with dignity, invest in your growth, and manage your finances with care and optimism. If you're pursuing a dream career, act as though the opportunities are already on their way to you. Prepare, plan, and show up with confidence, knowing that the doors will open at the right time. A key aspect of acting as if you are a magnet to miracles is learning to let go of the how. Your job is not to control every detail or force things to happen. A magnet doesn't strain to attract, it simply exerts its natural force, and the right elements come to it. Similarly, when you focus on the outcome with unwavering faith, you allow the process to unfold. Trust that the path will reveal itself. Release the need to know every step and instead focus on the certainty of the destination. It's also important to cultivate a state of gratitude as you align with miracles. Gratitude is a powerful amplifier of your magnetic energy. When you appreciate what you already have, you create space for more blessings to flow into your life. Begin and end each day by reflecting on the miracles that are already present, both big and small. This simple practice strengthens your belief in your own magnetism and keeps you aligned with the energy of abundance. Living as if you are a magnet to miracles is not about denial or delusion. It's about choosing to focus your attention and energy on what you want to create rather than what you fear or lack. It's about stepping into your power as a creator of your reality. When your thoughts, words, and actions are in harmony with this belief, you become a force that draws the extraordinary into your life with ease. This way of living requires faith, persistence, and a willingness to let go of old patterns of doubt. But as you practice it, you'll begin to see shifts. You'll notice synchronicities, opportunities, and solutions appearing seemingly out of nowhere. These are not coincidences, they are the result of your alignment. When you embody the belief that you are a magnet to miracles, the world around you will start to reflect that truth back to you. Gratitude is a powerful force that can shift your entire reality. It is not just a feeling, but a vibration, a frequency that you emit to the universe. When you express gratitude, whether silently in your heart or out loud, you are sending out a signal that you are open and ready to receive. It's an acknowledgement that you are not only thankful for what you have, but also for what is on its way. Gratitude doesn't just reflect what you currently have, it expands your capacity to attract even more. One of the key reasons gratitude is so potent is because it shifts your focus from lack to abundance. When you are caught in a mindset of scarcity, believing that there's never enough, that you don't have what you need, or that things aren't going your way, you are creating an energetic block that repels what you desire. But when you choose to focus on what you do have, you open yourself to receiving more of the same. Gratitude, in its essence, is a declaration that you trust the flow of life and that you acknowledge the blessings already present in your life. This trust acts as a magnet, pulling in the very things you are grateful for and amplifying them. When you start practicing gratitude, it immediately shifts your mindset and energy. Think about how you feel when you receive a gift from someone. You feel warmth, appreciation, and joy. This feeling isn't just tied to the physical gift, but also the emotional connection it represents. In the same way, when you express gratitude for what you have, your home, your relationships, your health, or even small moments of beauty, you begin to recognize the abundance that already exists in your life. The more you acknowledge this abundance, the more it expands. The universe responds to this vibration by bringing more of what you're thankful for into your experience. Gratitude is also a form of alignment with your desires. By being grateful for what you already have, you align your energy with the frequency of receiving more. It's like creating a powerful magnet within you that draws in the things you are thankful for. You might think of it as pre-paving the path for future blessings. When you can express gratitude not only for your current reality, but also for the blessings that are on their way, you are sending a clear signal to the universe that you are ready to receive. This is an invitation for more miracles to manifest in your life, and the universe, in turn, responds by orchestrating opportunities, people, and events that align with your newfound vibration of gratitude. This alignment doesn't happen overnight. It requires consistency and a conscious effort to focus on gratitude, especially during times when you may not feel like there's much to be thankful for. Gratitude is a practice that grows stronger the more you use it. Even in challenging moments, if you can find something to be grateful for, no matter how small, you are shifting your perspective. Perhaps it's the lesson you're learning, the strength you are discovering within yourself, or the support you receive from others. Gratitude allows you to see beyond the surface and uncover the deeper blessings that are always present, waiting to be recognized. Gratitude fosters an energetic openness that invites miracles into your life. When you are grateful, you are in a state of receiving. The universe is always seeking to give to you, but it requires an open channel. If you are constantly focused on what's missing or what's wrong, that channel is closed. Gratitude opens it wide, allowing new opportunities, resources, and experiences to flow into your life. The more you express gratitude, the more the universe responds by sending you what you need and desire. As you begin to practice gratitude daily, you'll notice that the universe starts to reflect back your abundance. You might notice synchronicities, unexpected gifts, and people who come into your life offering assistance or opportunities. These aren't coincidences, they are the results of the energy you've cultivated through your gratitude practice. When you act as though you are already abundant, the universe responds with more abundance. When you act as though you already have everything you need, the universe provides you with more reasons to be grateful. Gratitude is also a powerful tool for maintaining alignment with your highest desires. By staying focused on what you have and what you're grateful for, you naturally raise your vibration, allowing you to remain in a state of receptivity. This state of constant thankfulness allows you to live your life with a deep sense of trust and belief that everything you need is already on its way. It's a reminder that the universe is always working in your favor, orchestrating the perfect events, people, and opportunities to help you fulfill your dreams. When you anchor yourself in gratitude, you become a magnet for miracles, and the universe begins to deliver in ways you never imagined. Visualization is one of the most powerful tools you can use to manifest the life you desire. It's not just about imagining your goals and dreams, but truly feeling them as if they are happening right now. When you close your eyes and picture yourself living the life you desire, you're not simply creating a mental image, you're aligning your emotions with your vision. This is the key to making your dreams a reality. The emotions you generate during this visualization are the fuel for your magnet, drawing your desires into your life. The first step in this process is to really see yourself. Imagine the details. What does your ideal life look like? Where are you? Who are you with? What are you doing? The more specific you can be, the more vivid your visualization will become. As you picture your life as you want it to be, allow yourself to step fully into the experience. Visualize the sights, the sounds, the smells. Make it as real as possible in your mind. Picture yourself walking through your dream house, driving the car you've always wanted, or having a conversation with people who inspire you. The power of visualization lies in your ability to create an immersive sensory experience that feels real. But the true magic happens when you add emotion to this visualization. You are not just seeing yourself in your desired life, you are feeling the joy, peace, excitement, and gratitude as though it's already yours. Emotions are the energy that fuel your intentions. They elevate your vibration and send a powerful signal to the universe. When you attach emotion to your vision, you are no longer just hoping for the best, you are embodying the outcome, as if it's already a part of your reality. This is the secret to activating the law of attraction. Imagine the rush of excitement you would feel as you stand at the top of a mountain, knowing you have reached your goal. Feel the joy in your heart as you receive the recognition or success you've worked so hard for. Let that feeling of pride and satisfaction wash over you. Or perhaps it's peace and serenity you seek. Picture yourself sitting by the ocean, feeling the cool breeze, and hearing the sound of the waves as you bask in the fulfillment of your desires. Whatever emotions resonate with you, make them as real and vivid as possible. Emotion is the bridge between your current reality and your desired one. It creates a magnetic force that draws your dreams toward you. When you feel the joy of your success now, you are sending out the vibration of that success. You are telling the universe, this is who I am, this is what I have. I am already living this life. The more you can embody the feeling of having what you desire, the more the universe responds. It's like planting a seed and nurturing it with your emotions, allowing it to grow and blossom into reality. But you must also learn to trust this process. It may feel strange at first to visualize your dream life and feel the emotions connected to it. You might wonder if it's too good to be true, or if it's really possible. This is where faith comes in. Trust that the universe is listening and working behind the scenes to bring your desires to fruition. When you visualize the end with emotion, you are creating an energetic alignment with your future self. This energy will begin to attract the people, opportunities, and circumstances that align with the life you've imagined. The visualization works because it rewires your subconscious mind. When you consistently practice seeing and feeling your desires as already fulfilled, you start to believe that they are possible. This belief shifts your actions and decisions, leading you to take inspired steps toward your goals. It also alters your perception of reality, allowing you to see opportunities where you once saw obstacles. The more you practice visualizing the end with emotion, the more naturally these opportunities will appear in your life. Emotions are the language of the universe, and the more you can feel the emotion of your success, the more magnetic you become. Visualization is not a passive activity. It requires your full participation and dedication. Close your eyes and see yourself living the life you desire. Feel it deeply in your heart and trust that as you do, you are already drawing it to you. This practice is the fuel that powers your magnet, turning your dreams into reality. The way you speak has a profound impact on the direction of your life. Your words are not simply expressions of thought, they are powerful instruments that shape your reality. Each time you speak, you are broadcasting an energetic signal to the universe, a reflection of your beliefs, and a declaration of your intentions. This is why it is essential to speak with certainty, not doubt. The language you use influences the way you see the world and how the world responds to you. Words like I hope or I wish are expressions of uncertainty, and they signal to the universe that you are not fully confident in your ability to manifest your desires. When you use these phrases, you create a gap between what you want and what you believe is possible. On the other hand, speaking with certainty aligns your words with your intentions. When you say I am, I have, or it's done, you are declaring without hesitation or reservation that the life you desire is already in motion. These statements of certainty affirm your belief that your desires are already yours, that you are worthy of them, and that they are inevitable. The universe responds to certainty with action. When you speak with confidence, you begin to attract opportunities, resources, and circumstances that align with the energy of certainty you've put out into the world. Think about how you feel when you hear someone speak with confidence. You instinctively trust them more. Their words have a weight, a sense of conviction that draws you in. This is the same effect your words can have on the universe. When you declare something with certainty, the universe doesn't question it. It doesn't wonder whether it's possible or not, it simply responds to the energy you've put forth. The more certain you are in your words, the more quickly your desires begin to manifest. Let's take a closer look at how eliminating doubt from your language shifts your reality. When you say things like I hope or I wish, you're leaving room for uncertainty. These phrases carry a sense of longing, of wanting something but not fully believing that it's possible. They imply that the desired outcome is still a distant dream, something that may or may not happen. But when you replace these phrases with statements like I am, you are making a bold declaration that you already embody the qualities or experiences you desire. You are aligning yourself with the energy of success, abundance, or love, and in doing so, you invite these things into your life. I am is one of the most powerful statements you can make. When you say I am successful, I am wealthy, or I am healthy, you are not merely wishing for these things to happen. You are claiming them as part of your current reality. You are declaring to the universe that you are already living the life you desire. This shifts your energy from a place of lack or longing to a place of abundance and certainty. The more you speak with this level of certainty, the more your subconscious mind begins to accept these affirmations as truths. This in turn alters your actions, thoughts, and decisions, creating a pathway for your desires to manifest. I have is another powerful phrase that speaks to ownership. When you say I have a successful business or I have a loving partner, you are affirming that these things are already part of your life. This sense of ownership creates a deep sense of gratitude and alignment with what you desire. It is a declaration of abundance, signaling that you are already in possession of everything you need to create your ideal life. The universe, seeing your belief in your own power, works in harmony with your confidence to bring these things into your reality. And perhaps the most powerful phrase of all is it's done when you speak these words, you are closing the door on doubt. You are saying that your desire is already a reality, even if your physical circumstances haven't fully caught up yet. It's done affirms that the universe has already begun to bring your dreams to life, and all you need to do is stay aligned with that truth. By speaking these words with absolute certainty, you send out an unshakable message to the universe that you trust in its ability to deliver on your desires. In order to speak with certainty, you must first cultivate a deep belief in your own power. The words you speak are a reflection of your inner confidence. When you believe that your desires are already yours, your words will naturally reflect that belief. This alignment between thought, word, and action is what creates the conditions for miracles to happen. So, eliminate phrases of doubt from your vocabulary. Stop saying "I hope" or "I wish" and replace them with powerful affirmations of certainty. Speak as though everything you desire is already on its way. Declare your dreams with confidence and trust that the universe will respond accordingly. When you speak with certainty, you activate the energy needed to bring your dreams to life, and the universe has no choice but to deliver. Your words carry power, use them wisely, and watch your reality shift in response. Doubts and fears are among the most insidious forces that can prevent your desires from manifesting. They act as invisible walls, blocking the natural flow of energy that draws what you want toward you. When you entertain doubts or allow fear to dictate your thoughts, you are essentially creating resistance. Resistance comes in many forms, but at its core, it is the belief that something you desire is unattainable or out of your control. This belief creates an energetic blockage that disrupts the magnetic force you are trying to cultivate. To eliminate resistance, the first step is to acknowledge that it exists and recognize its role in your life. Many people are unaware of how often they give in to doubt or fear. They may have a deep desire for success, love, or abundance, but their internal narrative is filled with questions like, "What if it doesn't work?" or "Am I really capable of achieving this?" These thoughts create friction, pulling you away from your true potential. You must understand that resistance does not come from external forces, it arises from within you. When you are uncertain about your desires or fear that they won't materialize, you are doubting your ability to attract them. In these moments, you are disconnected from the natural flow of life, from the understanding that the universe is abundant and willing to give you everything you ask for. Fear and doubt may feel like protective mechanisms, but they are actually the very things keeping you from achieving your dreams. The solution to this is to release the need for control. When you try to micromanage every detail of how your desires will manifest, you are imposing limits on the infinite possibilities available to you. You may think that you know the best way to bring your dreams to life, but the truth is, the universe often has a better plan in store. When you try to force the process, you inadvertently close the door to better opportunities. The more you try to control the how, the more you feed the energy of resistance. Trust the process. Let go of the need to control every aspect of your journey. Understand that the universe is always working in your favor, even when you can't see the results right away. Your job is not to figure out the how, but to stay aligned with your desires and allow the universe to unfold the path that will bring them to you. This doesn't mean you should sit back passively and wait for things to happen. It means you should act from a place of certainty, knowing that what you seek is already on its way. When you eliminate resistance, you allow the energy of your desires to flow freely toward you. You stop sabotaging your progress by questioning whether it will work. You stop doubting your worthiness or your ability to receive. Instead, you become a clear conduit for your desires to enter your life. This shift in mindset is crucial because it removes the blocks that have been holding you back. Resistance can come in many forms. It may manifest as impatience, fear of failure, or the belief that you don't deserve success. Regardless of how it appears, the key is to release it. A powerful practice for releasing resistance is to focus on the present moment. Often doubts and fears arise when we worry about the future or regret the past. By anchoring yourself in the present, you free yourself from the grip of these negative emotions. Take a deep breath and remind yourself that right now, in this very moment, everything is as it should be. Trust that you are exactly where you need to be on your journey. Another way to eliminate resistance is through affirmations. Use statements that reinforce your belief in the process, such as "Everything is working out for me," or "I trust the universe to bring me what I need." Repeat these affirmations daily to retrain your mind to focus on what you want rather than what you fear. Let go of the idea that you must suffer or struggle to achieve your desires. Resistance often arises from the belief that success is hard-earned or that obstacles must be overcome at great personal cost. But this belief is limiting. The truth is, success and fulfillment can flow effortlessly when you align yourself with the flow of life. When you stop resisting and allow things to unfold naturally, you create space for miracles to occur. Your environment plays a crucial role in shaping your mindset, energy, and ultimately the reality you experience. Just like a magnet can lose its charge if exposed to certain forces, you too can lose your vibrational power if you are surrounded by negativity or people who do not support your vision. Your energy is malleable, and the people and environments you engage with have a profound effect on your ability to attract the life you desire. In order to remain magnetic to miracles, it is essential to curate your surroundings intentionally, making sure they nurture and uplift you. The first step in surrounding yourself with positivity is becoming aware of the energy you are currently absorbing. Take a moment to evaluate the people you interact with, the spaces you occupy, and the media you consume. Are these influences energizing you or draining you? It's easy to underestimate the impact of your surroundings, but everything you experience feeds into your subconscious mind, which in turn shapes your actions, beliefs, and outcomes. If you are constantly exposed to negativity, whether it's toxic people, pessimistic environments, or fear-driven content, it will be difficult to maintain a mindset of abundance, joy, and positivity. To attract miracles, you must align yourself with energy that supports these aspirations. One of the most powerful steps you can take is to surround yourself with people who uplift and inspire you. People have a magnetic influence, and the energy they bring into your life can either propel you toward your dreams or keep you stuck in a cycle of doubt and fear. Spend time with those who believe in you and your potential. Surround yourself with people who are positive, encouraging, and supportive of your journey. These individuals will help reinforce your belief in miracles, reminding you that anything is possible. Their energy will fuel your own, keeping you aligned with the highest version of yourself. Equally important is the space you inhabit. The physical environment you surround yourself with can have a direct impact on your mental and emotional well-being. A cluttered, chaotic space can create a sense of overwhelm and drain your energy, while a clean, organized, and harmonious environment can promote clarity and focus. Design your space to reflect the life you want to create. Fill it with things that inspire you, books, artwork, objects that evoke a sense of joy and possibility. Your environment should be a sanctuary, a place where you feel safe, nurtured, and supported in your pursuits. When you are in a space that feels good, your energy rises and you become a stronger magnet to the miracles you desire. In addition to the people you spend time with and the spaces you occupy, the content you consume also plays a significant role in shaping your mindset. What you watch, read, and listen to can either elevate your energy or pull you down into negativity. Choose media that aligns with your vision and helps you stay focused on what you want to create. Seek out content that motivates, inspires, and educates you. Whether it's a podcast that fuels your passion, a book that expands your perspective, or a social media feed filled with positivity, make sure that the content you consume supports your growth. The more you feed your mind with positivity, the more your energy will align with the abundance and miracles you are trying to attract. Surrounding yourself with positivity does not mean avoiding difficult emotions or challenging situations. It's about creating a foundation of support and resilience that allows you to face life's challenges with strength and clarity. Positive environments and people don't mean that everything is always perfect, but they provide the necessary support to help you bounce back from adversity quickly and maintain focus on your goals. Positivity helps you stay grounded in your vision, even when life presents obstacles. It's about choosing to stay in alignment with your desired outcome, no matter what external circumstances arise. To stay magnetic to miracles, it's also important to be mindful of your own energy. Take responsibility for your own vibrational state, recognizing that you have the power to raise your frequency through your thoughts, emotions, and actions. Choose to focus on what you want, not what you fear. Practice gratitude daily, and remember that the more you cultivate a sense of appreciation for what you have, the more you will attract. Embrace self-care rituals that keep your energy high, whether it's through meditation, exercise, creative expression, or spending time in nature. Your energy is your most powerful asset, and when you protect it by surrounding yourself with positivity, you strengthen your magnetism. When you surround yourself with positivity, you align with the frequency of miracles. You create a field of energy that attracts the people, opportunities, and circumstances that support your desires. The more you immerse yourself in environments and relationships that uplift and inspire you, the stronger your ability to manifest will become. By making the conscious decision to surround yourself with positive influences, you are actively choosing to reinforce your belief in miracles and opening yourself up to the abundant possibilities that life has to offer. Let positivity be the foundation upon which you build your dream life and watch as miracles begin to unfold. Magnetism does not waver in the face of obstacles, delays, or moments of uncertainty. It remains constant, anchored in a deep, unshakable belief that the desires you seek are already making their way to you, even if there is no outward sign of progress. True magnetism is about unwavering faith, a trust that the universe is always working in your favor, regardless of external circumstances. The key to activating and maintaining this magnetic force is to persist in your faith, even when everything seems to be moving slowly or nothing seems to be happening at all. One of the most powerful aspects of this persistent faith is the ability to trust in the unseen. Often when we don't see immediate results or when things aren't happening the way we expect them to, we can feel discouraged. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that nothing is working, but this is where your faith is truly tested. This is when the real magic begins, when you continue to trust in the process, even when there is no tangible evidence of your desires manifesting. Trusting that your miracle is already on its way requires you to let go of the need to control the how, when, and where of your manifestation. These details are beyond your reach. Your job is not to figure out how your desires will come to fruition, but to stay aligned with your vision, acting, thinking, and feeling as though it has already been done. This means continuing to walk in faith, even in the absence of immediate results. Your faith does not rely on what you see with your physical eyes, but rather on your inner knowing that what you desire is already on its way. One of the challenges of maintaining faith during these quiet or uncertain moments is the human tendency to doubt. We live in a world that often values instant results and immediate gratification, but the law of attraction and manifestation does not work on a timeline that you can control. This requires a shift in perspective. When you persist in faith, you are essentially declaring that your desire is inevitable. It doesn't matter if it takes days, weeks, or months to materialize, the outcome is already assured because you are in alignment with it. You must learn to trust that the universe operates on its own timeline, one that is perfect and always in your favor. In moments of silence, when things seem to stand still, it is important to remember that energy is always in motion. Even if you cannot see the physical evidence of your desires unfolding, this doesn't mean that nothing is happening. Just as a seed grows underground before it pushes through the soil, your desires are being nurtured in unseen ways. During these times, it is essential to stay connected to your vision and continue to nurture your belief. Keep visualizing the outcome you desire. Keep acting as though it is already a reality, and continue to speak as though it has already happened. Faith is not just about waiting passively for something to happen, it is about embodying the feeling of your desire already being fulfilled. When you persist in faith, you carry yourself with the confidence and certainty that the universe is working in your favor. Even in moments of stillness, you know deep in your heart that your miracle is on its way. This persistent faith is magnetic because it signals to the universe that you are certain, unshakable, and open to receiving. It aligns you with the flow of abundance, knowing that what is meant for you will come to you at the perfect time. This faith does not mean that you stop taking inspired action. In fact, it amplifies it. When you are confident in the outcome and trust that your desires are already being fulfilled, you will feel more empowered to take bold steps toward your goals. These actions come from a place of trust rather than desperation. knowing that you are working in harmony with the universe, not against it. The universe is always in motion, and your actions, when fueled by faith, align you with its current. Persistence in faith also means not being disheartened by setbacks or delays. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to strengthen your belief. Instead of questioning your worth or doubting the process, view these obstacles as part of the path leading to your miracle. They are not signs that your desire is not coming, they are simply the universe's way of guiding you to where you need to be. Every experience, every moment of silence, is contributing to the unfolding of your dream. The power of unwavering faith lies in your ability to trust the process even when the external world doesn't reflect the manifestation you desire. You must continue to act, think, and feel as though your miracle is already here, knowing that the universe is always working behind the scenes to bring it into your life. Faith is the magnet that pulls your desires toward you, even in the moments when nothing seems to be happening. Trust that your miracle is on its way, and keep moving forward with the certainty that it is already done. In conclusion, becoming a magnet to miracles requires unwavering faith, consistent alignment with your desires, and an intentional focus on your thoughts, feelings, and actions. By embodying the belief that miracles are drawn to you, maintaining gratitude, visualizing with emotion, speaking with certainty, eliminating resistance, surrounding yourself with positivity, and persisting in faith, you create an unstoppable force that attracts the abundant life you desire. Remember, the universe is always working in your favor, and by trusting in the process, even when things seem still, you ensure that miracles are on their way to you. Thank you for taking the time to engage with this message. Keep believing, keep acting, and keep magnetizing the miracles that are destined for you. The life you desire is already on its way. Stay aligned and watch as it unfolds.